hello, hello. How are you? Welcome to Beema's Crafty Corner. I am Beema, better known as Els. And today we are working in our idea books. So this is my idea book. And your idea book can be anything that you need it to be. It can be a 3-ring binder with just some cardstock with holes punched in it. It can be an old scrapbook, whatever works for you. And what we're doing is right now we're going back through my playlist from years ago, and we're picking videos. I'm kind of doing them in order. Videos that we can do. Stop, Harry. That we can do where we're, recreating those projects so we can put them in here so that in the future, if I decide that I need something, but I don't know what it is and it's not a make-ahead item, I can come in here and go, oh, that's the one I'm looking for. That would be perfect. And I can redo that because I have the instructions all sitting here and I know where everything, is and how to put it all together. So now you could do this in a journal format if you wanted to. You could just do a journal and put everything in there. It's entirely up to you. But today we are going to be working on an old project. Oh, this one's old. Old, I tell you. It is. Now, Harry, stop. Wow, he's driving me crazy. Let's see. Where did this one come together? Good gravy. I lost it. That's okay. I have it. It's here. I will open it. Ah, here we go. Is 3 years ago. Hi. Hush. And here's the link to that original video. Unfortunately, I don't have the original project. I got rid of it because I bag them up every couple of months and I get rid of them. So this is the one I've got. So let me go ahead and get rid of this, and I'm going to grab a soda and I'm going to get some junk mail envelopes and I'll be right back. All right, soda I got. Junk mail envelopes. Got those. Okay. All right. I have to give him some treats. He will not leave me alone. There you go. Oh, great. In the booty. All right. So the junk mail envelopes we want for this are the ones with windows. Let's see. Not the blue ones. I need more. copious amounts of junk mail envelopes. Let's see what we got. All right, we have that one's not going to work. You can't use one with a double window. That doesn't work. Single windows only. Let's see. That one might work. I'm looking for those ones that have the big windows. I love the big windows, you know? The monster window. Love that one. But, you know, you don't get a lot. So, all right. So we have a few we can work with. And then we have, you know, this obnoxious stack of additional ones that we can get to if we need to. I have a lot of blue ones. Very odd. I think that's the water company.
Yeah.
All right. So we have these, and we're going to get out paper trimmer because we're going to prep these. The only reason we need this one is because it says finger cut right there, and I need that. I need it in my life. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this envelope down to about an even width by cutting the same size on the other side. So that's about a ½ inch. So we're going to cut about, leave about a ½ inch on here. A little bit more. Take a little bit more. I like it. Okay. So it's the same thing with all of them. We're just going to take like the same, we're going to make them the same width on both sides. Give or take. Now see, this one's tricky because of where the window is. That's okay. I'm going to take the top off of this though, so it fits in the color better. Here we go. So I'm going to bring this over. We'll do about a ½ inch on that side. Turn it around and do about ½ inch on the other side. This will be a thin one. This may not have been my best choice. Okay. Get that out of there. And then I am going to cut these all down to a workable, you know, height. Because I want them open. All right. So I want them to be as open as possible. And some of these, because of the way that you cut them, will actually be way open. And that's okay. Alrighty. So now that I have my windows, we're going to do stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to measure these. This one is just over 2 1/4. And this one is right at 2. And this one is at 2 1/4. God, that's pretty good. All right. Why does that not look straight? Does anybody else think that that's not straight? Just doesn't look straight. It's because it's not straight. That was screwed up. Okay. So now I have my envelopes, and we're going to find some paper to put inside of them. I don't know what we're putting in, but we're going to put in some paper. It can be anything. It can be just plain paper. It can be book page, whatever it is you want to put inside of it. So let's do some book page. I'll grab some book pages. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Here we go. I got some book page. I think one will do it. But, you know, who knows? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this so that I can see the text in the window. And that's like all I really need. So I'm going to take some off the top. Take some off the bottom. Take some off the side. Off this side. Save all of that. That's good stuff. Put it over here. Hey, Gypsy. All right, and then we need like 1 3/4 inch kind of strips because these are all about 2 1/4. So 1 3/4 will do it. 1 3/4, and yeah, 1 page will not do it. I don't think 1 3/4 because I don't want that part. So I'll get another page. Do 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 do. Oh well. All right. So this is like one of the quickest pockets you can do. And if you do this very, somebody gave me a lovely compliment. They said that I should rename my channel something like Queen of the Pockets because I do a lot of pockets. I do. I love pockets. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put these in there. So glue. But else, if I put that in there, isn't it going to get stuck and be hard to move it around? And yeah, it probably is. So we're going to put it in against the front. That also makes sure that we put exactly what we want in the window. Then I'm going to let that dry. So I'm going to do all of these. Fingerhuts the next one. See how that's wider than what I need? So I'm just going to put some glue on here. We're going to put it in there. Again, I'm going to press it towards the window side. You know? Slide it down on the window side. Get it even where I want it, and then press it down. This is the easy one. Problem with this is that closing this one is going to be a little more, it's going to give me a very narrow tag. Okay. So those are all in. I'm going to let them dry. Dee, 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 dee. Okay. All right. I'm going to put soda in my cup because right now I don't have soda in my cup. I'm going to put some soda in. Okay. All right. Soda. And then I'm going to take my pill. Let me write this down. What time is it? 6:15. So I left the house today it's raining. It's been raining all day. It started about 11:30, 12 o'clock, right when I got off of my live this morning. And I was like, now, ladies, you'll understand this one. I need some Chinese food. Need it. Mm-hmm. And my favorite Chinese restaurant is like dead in the center of Vegas. I live on the outskirts of Vegas. So it's about a 20-minute ride. You know, I get together with my girlfriends. Chinese food, let's ride. Well, don't you know, because it rained today and Vegas has crap infrastructure, almost every light between here and there was just not even flashing, just dead. And I have to tell you, people in Vegas apparently do not understand the concept of when a light's not working, it's a red stop sign. Just stop. Everybody go, 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 go. No. Had to be 20 accidents. People are stupid. All right, so I'm going to put my finger notches in here before I close these up. And hopefully I can get, I got to get in there. So I got to get I'm trying to get in the middle. That's good. This one could be a little bit more difficult. Oh no, this is the easy one. That one. And then I'm going to do this one. Should I glue this shut? No. Okay. Hi, Christine. So I got my Chinese food, but it took me forever to get over there and back because every freaking light was out. And then I go to get on the freeway, and because every freaking light in town is out, apparently nobody knows how to drive on the freeway either. Putzes. Okay. So now we're going to glue these shut. And we want to have the thinnest line of glue ever, because you want to have as much room as possible in there. Now, if you want to do something cool on the inside, then do something cool on the inside. What do I have that we could do that would be cool? Let's put... I just reorganized all my stickers, so I don't know where anything is. I found something. Okay, here we go. I found some stickers that we can use. All right, so let's go in here and find something that we can put in here. That'll look okay. No, that's stupid. I don't like that at all. Maybe. I want something that says death. All right, screw it. We're just going to do it with all of these. Here we go. We're going to use these. Okay, so I'm going to take this and put it in here. Yeah, I went and got my Chinese food, and I got to enjoy it. I got chicken skewers and barbecue chicken and chow mein and pot stickers. They stopped doing the barbecued pork, though. And I really liked their barbecued pork. Okay, so I'm going to put this here, like where I want it to show in the window, and then fold this up. There. Then I'll glue this shut. Now this one, because I cut both sides, I have to glue it on both sides. So I have to be very careful here because I'm going to have like a whole lot less room than originally planned. So just a very narrow bit of glue down the side. Doop. And this one. Can you use tape on this? No, don't use tape. Why? Because tape does not dry. Oh. All right. So now we have to make tags. What am I going to use for tags? I don't freaking know. Some cardstock. Let me see if I got it. I do. I have some cookie dough. We can use cookie dough. All right. So I know that this one is about, it's just under 2.5. So we'll say 2 1/4. And then, so I'm going to take like 1 3/4 because I'm going to take like a 1/4 of an inch off each side. So 1 3/4. I told you these were not going to be wide tags. 1 3/4. That was this one, I think. Okay, perfect. And then I'm just going to put a little mark because I don't want this to stick out too much. You know, I want it to be in there. That's why I put the finger nub in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut that. If I can get that out of there. There we go. So I'm going to cut it like right at the mark and then just take that off. Of course, I can do anything I want, you know. Maybe I should take the sticker off the back. I hate those stickers. You put it on a dark piece of paper, it leaves a mark. I don't care who you are. All right, so that's going to be our tag. That's going to go in that one. You can see it fits nice and tight at the top. And back to playing with them. All right, so this one. Now remember, this one is actually glued on both sides. So let's go. All right, we're going to try the 1 3/4. I don't think it's going to fit. No, we're going to take it to 1 1/2. We'll try it at 1 1/2. See if that fits. This is going to be an awful narrow. Yeah, that fits. Okay, 1 1/2 fits. And again, just going to mark my top. Take that off. This fit in here. Snug as a bug in a rug. Shorty doody. All right, and then we have this one. And this one is, I'm going to do this one. We're going to try this one at 2 and see where that gets us. So 2 inches. Let's try it. Now, obviously I can't give you measurements because I don't know how big your envelopes are to begin with. So I can just tell you that on this particular project, get your ruler out, okay? Get that other piece off of there. Okay. Line that up. Trim it off. Get rid of any pencil marks. That one is going to fit in there. All right, so that's 3. What's next? Well, next is working at the tops. And I do have a piece of scrap black, so that's what we'll use. I'm just going to cut like a 3/4 inch strip. An inch is too much and 1/2 inch is too small, so you know. I'm going to put that at the top. Now you can do any kind of top you want, but you know, this is what I want to do on this one. So I'm going to put some glue on here. we'll put this on here. And I'm just going to trim this down. There. Now I'm going to do my bottoms. That just helps it get in and out of the envelope easier. Let's see. Yep. All right. Now what are we going to do on this one? On this one, let's put the black on, but what we're going to do is dock the corners on this one. Something tells me puppies are up to no good. I hear itty bitty little noises behind me. Oh, there we go. Okay. What the heck was I thinking? All right. Where's my... There it is. So I'm just going to dock the corners on this one. Put that one back in there. Because you don't want to mess these up because, you know, they all go to a certain one. And then this one, what are we going to do with it? I'll tell you what we're going to do with it. I got this because I cut 2 of them today. So I'll cut this. Here we go. It's a little bitty baby whale tail. And then I want to put this right on that. In the center. So I'm just going to put it back in here so I can kind of see where the center is. And then we'll close it. Just like that. See? That one fits perfect in there. I like it. All right. So on this first one, we're just going to put a slot in it. Where the hell's my slot punch? There it is. I had all kinds of punches, and I got to tell you, this slot is one of my favorites. It was pricey too, but you know what? If you get it at Hobby Snobby, when they have their sale on their stuff, you know, like on All Paper Studio stuff, it's fairly inexpensive. They do like the 40% off because I think it's like, I think this thing is like $10 or $12 or something like that. So if you get it on the 40% off, it's pretty good. That's when I got mine. Alrighty then. Let me put my kitty paw back on there. Keep my glue from drying up. So, I mean, if you're going to do this as a make-ahead, you probably want to stop, you know, at this point or someplace close to this. But we're not doing that. So this one says Finger Hut. I don't want to look at Finger Hut. So I'm going to get out my scraps. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let me get some ink. And I'm just going to cover it. Now, I do have a video where I talk about making patterns to cover these envelopes because they're kind of standardized. So if you make yourself some patterns, you'll have them to be able to cut a solid piece of paper to go over these. But this particular project, we don't need to do that. So we're just going to cover up Finger Hut. Just like that. So we'll put some glue on here. Put that on there. Is this the one that we put the thing? No, okay. Whew. All right, so it came out a little bit cleaner than I wanted it to. All right. I'm going to ink the whole envelope. Take the tag out. Because I wanted to ink all that too. Now here's the thing. These envelopes are not very thick. So this is not something you're just going to tuck in. You really want to glue this down in your journal, okay? Because they're just not very thick. All right, so we got that. We got the tag in there. We want something to show on the tag, so we can decorate the tag. And we're just going to kind of visualize where the tag is in relation to, inside the envelope. We're going to use these to decorate because I got a bunch of them. With no real reasons. I think these came when I got a bunch of those, it's a freaking pair. Who the hell's going to use that? But I think a bunch of these came when I bought some of those like color sets where, like everything in there was pink or related to pink or yellow or whatever. All right. So we're going to put this guy down. Ink, else, ink. Inky dinky doo. Inky dinky, inky dinky doo. Inky dinky, inky dinky doo. We'll put some inky on it too. Not you, Daddy's trying to get out the door, and the cat's like, I want to go. He does not want to go out there. There is water falling from the sky. I cannot get this sticker to come off of here. It hates me. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, because this is probably going to get glued down, I'm just going to wrap this around. I don't care. Because it's probably going to get glued in anyway. Yeah. See, I have them all. I keep them up here. I love these things. Anything that makes life easier, And I did them out of this, out of the vellum, so that, one, I could see the window in the envelope when I did the trace, but more importantly, so that I can actually, visualize where that is on the envelope. And vellum holds up better than just plain, So that's why I use the vellum. Now, a lot of people have said to me, well, I didn't use vellum. I just used plain paper, and it didn't, it didn't work out really well. Well, that's because you used plain paper. Let's talk about that. I specifically said in the video that vellum or, wax paper or something that's a little stronger is going to be better for it. All right, so now with that, it needs something over here. What does it need? It needs something. I don't know what the hell it needs. Oh, hold on. I sent her a funny. Get down. Get down. Thank you. Okay. This needs something down here. We got to figure it out. What does it need? Not another stinking butterfly, that's for sure. Ginger, don't eat Harry. Yes, he's an idiot. I know. But we don't need to eat him. All right, so I'm going to put some ink on this. We're going to put this on here. I can do more on the tag. The idea is that when you do stuff on the tag, it shows through the envelope, through the hole. See, now it makes a complete picture. Hi, Miss Michelle. I sent her a funny. It's one of those jokes. There's this guy, he's an atheist, and he's walking in the woods, and he hears something, and he turns around behind him, and there's a big bear. And so he kind of gets freaked out, and he starts to run. So he's running, and he turns around, and the bear's getting closer. And he turns around, and the bear's like right there. And then he goes to turn around, but he trips and falls on the ground. And the next thing he knows, the bear is on top of him. And he's got his left foot on him, and he's got his right paw, and he's drawn it back. And the atheist screams out, "Oh my God!" And everything stops. And he hears this voice come from the sky. And he's like, "Do you really think that I'm going to help you? You know, you've denied me your whole life. You told everybody I don't exist, that it's all a sham, blah, 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 blah. Do you really think I'm going to help you?" Well, no, that would be hypocritical of me, but maybe you could make, maybe you could make the bear a Christian. God says, okay. So everything starts back up again, and the bear gets off of him, and he's like, "Oh." And the bear's like, "Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for the food that I'm about to receive." Oh! So I had to send this to Michelle because it's hysterical. And Michelle likes it when I send her funnies. Hey, you. What's up, puss puss? You just hanging out to be annoying or what? I have to put a top on this. I got to say, my granddaughter went home today, and I have got to say, I was impressed. Because before she left this house, all my shit got put back. Not only did it get put back, but it got put back where it belongs. And neatly. And I was like freaking out because I was looking in the room and I was like, oh no. Because it was a mess. Disaster. There was stuff everywhere. And I was like, oh, when this girl leaves, it's going to take me 2 days to get all my shit back where it belongs. No. Ugh. I was going to be in confession. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I've killed my grandchild. Y'all know how much I love my organza. My organza was all over the floor. It is all back in its bags. It is all tucked back in its box. It is all neat. Just the way I keep it. Y'all know how I am. All of my lace that she took out of the shop is all wrapped back around the cards. It's got the pins in it, and it's all neatly stacked up so I can put it back in the shop. And yes, she is, Michelle. She is fantastic. She has grown into a really incredible young lady. And I have to give her mom credit, man. Her mom has put up with, because she had some awkward times, and her mom has put up with it. And here she is, she's 17. She refuses to go to school. Her mom has not been able to get her into school for 2 years now. And it was really hard. But I'm going to give you this. Her mom sat down, had a big old conversation with her and told her, you can't not have an education. You need to have an education. She's enrolled in adult school. and she's going to night school to get her high school diploma, not her GED. She's going to the same school Alex just finished and graduated from. And I got to tell you guys, I had one of my proudest moments with her yesterday in the store. I didn't say anything earlier because they were still here, but we were at the store and she had come over and she was like, Bima, I need to make these skirts for this thing. And I was like, okay. And she's so I need to borrow a sewing machine and I'm going to probably need some like fabric and stuff. And I said, well, I lost most of my fabric in the fire, but there is some fabric out there. And if you need something specific, we can go to the store and get it. She's like, okay. And her friend was like amazed. And she looked at her friend. She goes, my grandmother gives me anything I ask for. She gives me anything I want, anything I need. My grandmother makes it happen. Well, we went to the fabric store. Ogie picks up like 3 bolts of fabric. And then she explains to me what she's trying to do. And she's like, how much do you think I'm going to need to do that? And I said, well, if you're going to do it with this, then you probably could get away with this much. She's like, okay. So she's standing there listening because she doesn't know everything. She's taught herself how to sew. I mean, she knows basics that her mom and I taught her, but she's teaching herself how to design her own clothes, which is important because when you weigh 98 pounds and you're wearing 10 pounds of clothes and you're soaking wet, you're tiny. She's like a bird. Hi, Mari. So she is like this little wisp of a thing. Really hard to buy her clothing. Like she still wears size 10 little kids underwear. Okay? That's how small she is. She has like a 22-inch, it's not even her waist, it's her hips. Her hips are 22 and a half inches. Her hips. Okay? She's little. So she's designing her own clothes. So we're at the fabric shop. We're standing in the Hobby Lobby in the fabric section. She picks up 3 bolts of fabric. And then she goes, can I grab some buttons? I said, of course you can. So she goes over and she starts looking at the buttons. And if you've ever been in a Hobby Lobby, they got like a wall of buttons. So she's standing there and she's like staring at this wall of buttons, looking crazy. I said, I do have a big old box of buttons at home. She goes, well, I need like black buttons. I said, well, there's plenty of black buttons in there. She goes, but I really like these too. And I said, well, get those. And then, we'll get the black ones when we get home. She's like, okay. Well, her friend who was with her had about 14 bolts of fabric in the shopping cart. And Shaylee is like showing her the price, going, you see where it says $6.99? That is $6.99 a yard, not for the whole bolt, per yard. So see that thing on the thing? That's a yard. That's how much you get for $6.99. And she's like, yeah, but I'm going to do. And Shaylee's like, no, just get what you're working on. She's like, well, she goes, no. And I have my back to her and I'm talking to the girl who's cutting the fabric, an older lady who's cutting the fabric, our age. And both of us, we practically bite in the inside of our mouths trying not to laugh because Shaylee's standing behind me. She goes, listen up. That's my Bima's money. And I may lie to my mother and I may lie to my father. I may lie to my friends, but I don't lie to my Bima because she knows shit. So pick out 2, maybe 3. Because girl said to her, well, just tell your Bima it's for you. And that's when she went, oh, hell no. I don't lie to my Bima. So I was like, I'm biting the inside of my mouth going, oh, please, God, don't burst out laughing. Don't burst out laughing. But it took a lot of courage for her to stand up to her friend. And I was very, very proud of her for it. Because in the past, she wouldn't do that. So I immediately had to go tell her, text her mother, oh, guess what she did? Oh, you're so proud of her. And when we got home, I brought her in here while her friend was in the bathroom. And I said, listen, I didn't want to eavesdrop on your conversation, but I did hear what you were saying to her. And I appreciate that you defended me. And I appreciate that you stood up to her because that took a lot of balls. It took a lot of courage. She's like, I'm just not letting anybody walk all over me anymore. And I'm not letting anybody walk all over my family. And I was like, I just want you to know I'm proud of you. You are growing up. You're not a spoiled brat anymore. You're actually acting like a mature individual. She got all smiles.
They don't wish the adult on her yet.
Well, she's already having her midlife crisis.
No shit.
Okay, so this one, I think we're going to do this one a little creepy because we're going to put it in the journal we're currently working on. So what do we have that we can do in the creep zone? Creepier. So let's use the black soot on this to ink. Start with that. Oh. So tomorrow is going to be fun. Tomorrow on the craft with me, I'm going to make clusters. Don't you say a freaking word, Michael. Everybody's saying hi to you.
You, everyone. See, smart man knows not to say, are they peanut?
Because we all know how much I love me some clusters, right? Not. Yeah, I was pretty proud of her. But she's going back to school. She's going to get her high school diploma. She has her ID. She's had a job already. She did quit, but that's because, like I said, she weighs 98 pounds, and they were asking her to lug like 50-pound boxes up and down a flight of freaking stairs. And even her mother went in and went, "Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Y'all know how tiny she is. Let's not be stupid." They was getting stupid. Bima didn't even get a chance to go to her job and hassle her. Don't you think about it. I see you over there. I see you. Do I look stupid? I don't think so. Did you seriously just yawn in my ear? You're wooed. You are. You're wooed. Oh, so he kisses me. I love you, mommy. There. I love you too. Turd head. No. I do like that little stamp. So, yeah, so she's going back to school. She's going to get her high school diploma. She's working really hard at trying to, get it going and get it going in the right direction. She wants to go they have a design school here. And she really wants to go to that. But in order to go, she has to have a high school diploma. So she's working on doing that. And she's still running her own little business because she does her little clothing business where she buys stuff and then she redesigns it and reworks it to be like what kids today want to wear. And I'm just putting these away for the moment because we're probably going to get them back out to do that one. Don't know. But I want to do some stuff on this one. And that means that we need some darker stuff. So I'm just going to put that in there. Get rid of this. All right. What else do we have over here? All right, we need I need a focal point for this. Let's see what's in the bag. What do we got in the bag? What's in the bag, biatch? Okay. There's that. Those. This. I'll find something. I just have to, it just takes a minute. Got it. Okay. All right. We're going to cut this out. All right. Let's ink it. If I don't like it, I'll just cut a die out. I've got dies of this. I have a coffin. Do 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 do. All right, we're gonna glue this on. Did everybody see Arlene's black Christmas card that people were complaining about? Shit, girl, it's a hell of a nice card. They should all be glad they're getting it too. All right, I need gold. Go. Michelle, I'm wearing my jammies. This is highly pigmented ink, and it is just ink. It's not like paint. It's ink paint. It's different. We still want to make sure it dries. But it is highly pigmented, so you can see it has that like really heavy shine to it. Oh, we guesstimated pretty good. It's a little to the left, but that's okay. But it still needs something. know what it needs. I just got to find it. They're freaking gorgeous. Look, anybody who's got a problem with them has a problem, because it's not the first time I've seen. There's Christmas wrapping paper that's black. You know, I have black wrapping paper for Christmas. Usually it has like holly berries and stuff on it, you know?
Stars or something.
Yeah.
Twinkle lights or something.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to get technical, Christmas happens in the dark. You know, some fat guy in a red suit comes and breaks into your house in the middle of the night. Instead of taking stuff, he leaves stuff. He's dressed all in red. I have no idea how nobody ever spots him. Yes. It pops. It really shows it. All right, since I'm going to glue this down to the page, I don't care if this hangs off the side because it's going to get glued into a page anyway. Let's grab a section. Let's bring it up and let's take a look. Now, I want to leave that because it's writing paper, but we could put this right here. I'm going to, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it like a tuck. So not only do you have the tag, but you're going to have a little tuck spot underneath it. So I'm only going to put glue on 3 sides. And then I'm going to put it in here, just like this. So I now have a tag, and then I have a tuck on the side. Or I can tuck something in. All right. We'll revisit that tomorrow. Okay. All right, so now let's work on this one. Oh, yeah, because this one we're going to put in the book. So this one, we're just going to work on. So let's just knock everything for a row of crap house here. That seemed like really, you know, it's not even mixed media night. And I'm into the hand wipes. Yeah, I dropped that on my vintage walnut photo. And if I don't clean it off, I'll just rub it all over my dang hands. There we go. Yes. Okay, what are we doing? We're getting this down. Why? Because we're going to round the corners on this thing. Okay, there we go. That's 1. That is 2. We're going to ink this. Not in black. This one gets walnut. Probably should have rounded these 2 before I put this, you know, before I put the tab on it, but I forgot. So all right, so now that will go in there. And this is the part we need to deal with, because that's the part that's, you know, looks like an envelope. It looks like an envelope, talks like an envelope, sounds like an envelope. It might be a freaking envelope. Okay. So what are we going to do with it? I don't know. All right, let's get out our box of bits. That's going to be made into a tag. What is it doing over here? I don't know. How about this? Nope. No. No. Maybe. Probably not. Ooh, I do like that one. We do this that's like, I don't know, it's kind of messed up, but this part is okay. Let me grab tearing ruler. Let's tear this off. Okay. And that out of the way. Like that. And there. Let's see. All right. Well, that lives down there now. All right. I have another Scrap Buster video coming out soon. Let's see what else. I like scrap busting, you know. All right, so we're gonna put this one here. Gluey, gluey, glue. Don't squeeze the bottle. Gluey, gluey, glue. If you squeeze the bottle, blobs of glue come out, and it gets all over you. Someone actually asked me why I sing stupid stuff in my videos, and I was like, one, because I'm deranged. Two, makes me happy. And three, go away. They did not like that. The whole go away thing offended them, apparently. I'm going to cut the stem on this rose. It does not need to be that long. And I'm just going to put this rose right here. Look, they're in a mood. They've had, you have to look at it from their point of view, Michelle. They've had puppies over here for the last like 2 weeks solid. They are losing their puppy minds right now. And Ginger doesn't know where the hell her puppies went. Like, they're here, then they're gone. They're here, and then they're gone. What is going on? It's not her fault. You know how she loves them babies. Loves them babies. It's her babies. I forgot to ink the envelope. Let's do that. Oh, see, now it blends a whole lot better. Okay. Need something up here. Let's get one of them stupid butterflies out. Way too big.
Thank you, Colin Cox Business Support. My name's
Hell, I've only got one size. It's like I have one size fits all butterflies. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Right. This is not going to work for me.
Okay.
I need a smaller butterfly.
Oh, okay.
I need a small flutterby, man.
Oh. All right, Peter, you wouldn't happen to have that ticket number handy.
We put that back in the basket, and let's get a smaller flutterby, which I think we're going to find in our rub-ons. Flutterby, yellow, green.
Fantastic.
Flutterbys.
Hang on a second to pull that up. Let's see what we got to play with.
I need the right flutterby, though. Kind of like this one. Could do a ladybug. No, we're going to do a flutterby. You know what? I think that's going to be too bright. Let me see if there's one that's like less vivid. Don't want it in blue. Like that little one. Ah, perfect. I got it. You know, just because I'm putting this in my idea book doesn't mean that I need to leave it blank. You know?
Is there someone maybe there by the name of Len?
Because I like, you know, I like pretty stuff too.
I'll be honest, the ticket was
Don't
closed.
tell Rose that.
It was resolved. Looks like the Frontier did have fiber. Let's see.
Look, Jesse's having a day, okay?
Oh yeah, hey, I tell you that we've had times when we're looking for that backhoe seeking fiber, thing to be out there doing something. Because I tell you, there's days sometimes there ain't nothing going on. You really want something.
Stray fiber seeking backhoes. They are the bane of cable's existence. Okay, we're going very slow and easy.
Right.
Yeah, see, that's perfect. It's not too bright.
So it looks like this was resolved earlier this
So,
afternoon.
I didn't put anything really. This one has the flower on the inside, which is why I didn't want it bright, because I got that yellow flower in there. But this is the one I'm going to put in. So let me grab a small index card so I can write this down.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming.
So I'm going to write down my instructions.
Not on this. This is
cut envelope.
This is going to populate for my time zone, which is happens to be the same time zone as where this is. Because I'm in
to
Vegas.
Equal size.
San Diego. So it would have been like 1:30 this afternoon. Local
time. And then notch.
Ticket sign right. Ticket sign right.
Decorate interior.
Frontier fiber cut, all clear. Frontier hands off.
Close.
Okay, 24-hour close.
Tag.
Contact Len.
Minus 1/4 inch.
Ticket closure.
Plus or minus. So there's my directions, okay? So let me get my idea book up. And we're going to find the perfect spot for this.
I mean, we got a call center that we got listed here for point of contact. That's who we would have called. referencing their internal ticket number 578591.
Okay. So I'm going to put these in.
Tier 1, maybe?
And then we're going to put this in. I'm going to glue it in. Normally I would use some Velcro, you know, but I don't think I need to take this one out for anything. It's kind of self-explanatory. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that in.
That's what the words in front of me say, man. I don't know what to tell you otherwise. Yeah.
And I have one in the idea book.
All right. Well, do you need this reopened, or are you good with the information I've given you, or? All right. A written RFO?
Which she doesn't tell you is that she loves the hell out of that dog.
I mean,
Like, that's not her husband's dog.
Well, I'd have to create another ticket.
That is 100% her dog.
Because this one's resolved, so I'd have to create another ticket.
He adores her,
Send it off to the service manager.
and she spoils him.
Uh,
So
it's like
don't let her kid you.
business.
She loves him. All right. So this one, I don't know.
Right.
I think I'm going to put this in my bin of stuff
Yeah.
for my make-aheads.
So
And
it's about. So it's
maybe
about-
I'll use
it's
it on
about
something.
5
I don't know.
business days.
But we are put one in our,
So let me get this
we put one
together.
in
You said
our
you're a tutor, right?
idea book, so we don't need to do that. Put this away. Get that put away. Put this back in the drawer. Put that away.
Recent routing.
And okay, that's just paper. We'll get rid of all of that. All right. Ugh. So, you know, we'd have that new prompt, blow air through a straw, blow liquid with a straw. So I got me one of these. So I don't have to do that. It makes me lightheaded. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to be making some clusters. And what are we doing next week in the idea book? I have it. I know what we're doing. I have just have to. Where is it?
Right. Just getting up everything underneath like that had happened for you.
I got it.
No, you're good. It's all good. Right? I get it.
Oh, next week we're going to be doing the micro envelopes. So we're going to be doing basically it's a scrap busting project. We're going to be making these little envelopes. We're going to be making these. So little paper clips, little bits and pieces. Get out your little bits box because we're going to be using some little bits and pieces. Okay. I got to make the tag for this. Quit leaving that in there because it's not what I want in there. So put the clip back on it, stupid. Okay. So we're gonna be doing those next week because I usually have a bunch of them, and I was looking through my make-ahead box, and I'm like, I ain't got none. What the hell? I'm almost all out of them. So apparently I've been using them a little bit heavier than I thought I was. So we're gonna be making those next week. I do have another scrap buster coming out. I just don't know when it's going on the schedule. It's in editing right now. So I don't know if I'm going to put it up, move it to the end of the year, or if I'm just going to put it up as a bonus video at some point. We do have a free class coming up next month. And that, it's in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It comes out on the 13th, Columbus Day, October 13th. It's a beginner's project. It is a free class. It is a video recording. It is not a live one. Just easier for me that way, guys. And it's easier for you too, because then you can watch it whenever you want. But it is making this. This is kind of a mini version of our album journal. And so it's going to be making this. And here's the fun part on that one. You can use 12 by 12 cardstock to make it, but I make the original, this one, out of a sheet of poster board. So that one gets done out of poster board. I like it. It's a fun one. And it's, if you've never tackled a journal and you're like, I really like the look of it, but you don't want to try and build like a book from scratch, that's a great way of doing it. And the poster board is thicker. So once you add, you know, the poster board and then you put paper on either side of it, that stuff gets really thick. That's a pretty sturdy little book.
Right. Well, you know, they paid the big bucks for things like that. So yeah.
All right.
You gotta be doing something wrong, I think. You know?
I think that's everything. Tomorrow we'll be working on the Dark Macabre.
Okay. So,
your video this week was a quad pocket paperclip, which is kind of cool. And then you have tomorrow's craft with me, where we're going to be doing some clusters. We're all going to watch me struggle with clusters. Then we're going to have mixed media on Saturday. Tomorrow morning, I'll be here for the Dark Macabre. Sunday, we'll be having our game. Monday is a Monday mixed media mini morsel video, which is every other Monday. And so like on those every others, that's where I'm going to try and put bonus videos like on Wednesdays. So I might put it in for the 24th, but I might not put it in until the 1st of October.
So
I just got to get it through editing. So it might come in on the 1st of October. Yom Kippur.
okay, so part of this is we got to give you the verbal.
I got something for Jewish holidays. I don't know.
Fiber cut, all clear at that time earlier at about 1.
All right. So that's it. That's all I got, guys.
Fantastic. All right.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Well, I mean,
Happy Meals are going out. Quarterly projects are going out. I didn't hype the quarterly project this time because it's a redo of a previous quarter project. But if you want one, it's the I'll have one together hopefully for by next Wednesday, so that I can show you what it is. It's the Eternity calendar, and it's like a little easel calendar, and it comes. You just have to assemble it. It's really that easy.
No, I lost mine. So
because whenever I do a project kit like that, I do all the scoring for you, and I clearly mark every piece so that you can put it together with minimal amount of problems. All right. Okay.
All right, Peter. I appreciate all the patience.
So that's it. That's all I have. Listen, if you're new here and I have not yet offended you, subscribe.
Sure.
Ring the bell. You want to be here when I do offend you. You don't want to like find out a year later. You want to know. So subscribe and ring the bell. Also, if you would like to cyberstalk me and you'd like to know how to do that, it's really simple. Go down to the description box below, click on the more link, and it gives you everything you need to cyberstalk me. It tells you where my store is located, how to get to my Ko-Fi, how to find my Patreon, how to find me on YouTube, how to find me on Facebook. I mean, like literally how to find me everywhere. It even gives you my email address. Come on, you can be one of the best cyberstalkers, and I'm helping you out with it. So Until I see you again, stay hydrated, stay cool, and stay well, my friends. You gonna say goodbye? Are you up here to say goodbye? Say bye-byes? Bye, everybody. I gotta go. Yeah, it stopped raining, and I want mommy to let me go out in the cage. I want to go out in the condominium. All right, guys. I love you. Until then, bye. Bye-bye.